Excuse me, miss, what's your name? Where are you from? And can I come? And possibly, can I take you out tonight?
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another makeup tutorial, and in this video we're going to be doing a complete drugstore makeup tutorial. However, my brows are already done as well as my concealer, so those two products aren't drugstore, but there are a lot of drugstore alternatives or affordable products that you guys could use or order online if you have a debit card or something like that to do your brows and conceal for your conceal your eyelids. However, I personally use concealer, but using concealer as your eyeshadow base or as a primer is like one of the oldest hacks and like tips in the book. So that it just alleviates one step, especially if you're cleaning up underneath of your brows. You might as well just drag down the concealer and use the same concealer to clean or to prime your lids. However, if you don't have a concealer or you don't use a concealer or you don't carve out your brows, whatever it may be, you can buy an eyeshadow base. So an eyeshadow base or an eyelid primer, whatever it may be. CoverGirl has one. I believe Maybelline has one, as well as a bunch of different brands at the drugstore. They have them. Primers are out there. They're a lot more poppin' now than they were when I started doing makeup way back when. So concealer is what I use and what I've always used when priming my lids. So for this palette, or for this eye look, we are using the new Rimmel London. This is the Spice Edition Magnificent Eye palette. So it looks like this. I had another palette of theirs, which is like their neutral palette. Didn't really like it. There were more cool tones than they were warm tones, and I'm definitely a more warm tone girl. So this is how the palette looks. It's really long. You have a nice array of mattes. You have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matte shades, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shimmer shades. So you have six shimmers and 6 matte shades to work out of this palette with. It's also drugstore, so you can buy it at Walgreens, you can buy it at Ulta, you can buy it at Walmart, Target, CVS, places like that. And it is, I have a little sheet here because they put me on their PR list, but it doesn't really say, it doesn't say when it's released, so I'm assuming it's already released. It says the Magnif'Eyes palette Spice Edition, the newest palette. It's the newest palette in the family and includes a variety of high pigmented shimmer and matte shadows to easily produce endless combination of looks. Let the warm tones from this palette inspire your next flaming hot look this fall. It's definitely very warm and the mattes are really nice. I will give it that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. If you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I can't talk this morning. It's Monday. For real, it's Monday. And if you haven't, hit the notification bell so that way you're notified every time I post. I usually post every single day, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday during the weekday, and nothing on Saturdays and Sundays. If I don't post 5 days a week, always 4 days. So either I'll usually skip a Monday, skip a Wednesday, or skip a Friday, but usually there's always something on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you get anywhere between 4 to 5 videos a week, but you guys already know that because you watching this video. So the only thing with this palette is they don't have names on the palette. So I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, 4 from the left side, and that's gonna be my transition shade. I'm using this pointed Morphe type of brush, and I'm bringing my mirror close so I can start to blend, and this is gonna go directly into my crease. And I'm really going to build this color up until it's as dark as over here. I really like blending these colors up. And when you're blending, you want to go from like the inner corner, outer corner, like side to side. And then as you start to buff it upwards, you want to do circular motions to buff the eyeshadow. And I go all the way in this inner portion as well. So now you guys, I like to highlight my brow bones lately. I'm going to use this Maybelline Master Chrome highlight. Now I'm going to pop that onto my brow bone as just like a nice pop of shimmer. This is the highlighter that I'll be using for my face. So Usually the highlighter that I use for my face, I usually use on my brow bone if I'm into that. Lately, I've really been into that. I don't know why, you guys. Y'all been watching me for a while. Y'all know I don't really get down brow bone highlight, but lately I have been, so we're just gonna go with that. And then I'm gonna take some more of that same shade and just use that to buff the two shades together. Make sure they're nice and blended. Okay, so now I'm going to take the shade right next to it. It's a little bit darker, a little bit more of a red. And I'm going to take this Morphe M433 brush and use that into my crease. This is going to be my crease shade. Usually you'll want something a little darker, but this palette doesn't have a dark brown or even a black. That is one thing I will say. If I were to recommend, like if I were to recommend something being needed in this palette, it would definitely be a dark matte brown. Definitely on the warmer side since the entire palette is warm, but I definitely feel like there needs to be a warm brown in this palette. There's a purple, which is really pretty, and you can create a lot of pretty colors, a lot of eye looks with that purple, but we need a matte brown. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to take this copper shade 2 over from the transition shade that we use right here, and I'm going to use this on a Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow brush, and I'm not going to do like a half cut crease. I'm just going to take this on whatever space is left that the eyeshadow didn't touch and just work it upwards, so that way when I look down it doesn't like transfer up into my upper crease. So I'm just applying this shadow all over the lid. And I go over this shadow a lot. Like a lot of you guys always say, like, how do you get it so pigmented? How does this show up as much? I go in and go in and go in and go in continuously with the same amount of product and just continue to pack it on so that way it's super intense. Now I'm going to take this Mario Badescu facial spray and I'm going to spray this brush. So that way it's a little damp, and then I'm going to go in that same shade and apply that. It's going to give it a little bit more intensity and more of a wet look. And if you're into that, then you could do that. If not, you can leave it how it is. But as you can see, it really magnified that eyeshadow. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this brush, it's clean, and just blend over it so that way it looks a little bit more blended together. And that's pretty much it, you guys. I'm going to take this Rimmel London Scandal Eyes eyeliner and apply this into my upper waterline. I'm not sure what I'm doing with the lower lash line, so I'm not going to worry about it for the lower lash line for the moment, because I'm not sure if I want to do black or if I don't want to do anything at all. I have no idea. But this is a new mascara from Rimmel London. And this is the Wonder'Fully Real Mascara. Looks like this. It says, this show-stopping mascara provides maximum length and volume with this long wear formula featuring keratin for healthy lashes. Go big and bold with the super wand for grasping every lash. I need that. I need that because my lashes are really curly and I need something that's gonna comb them and grab it. And this is in the color, drop everything, like, oh. This is in the color Extremely Black, and the wand looks like this. So I think this is going to be a favorite of mine because I really like this wand. It separates my lashes really well. And it's super black, and I got some on my eyelid, so I'm just going to let that sit and let it dry, and then I'll get a Q-tip and rub that off. But this mascara is really nice so far. Nice and black. It's coating my lashes really well. Separating them well as well. And Rimmel London's mascaras are usually at Walgreens. They're anywhere between $4 to $6. Like, they're not very expensive. As far as like when I was working there, they weren't that expensive. But I'm not really sure right now. Wow, they made my lashes look like spiders. Like, they made them really long and separated. So I am going to apply some lashes because lashes make a look better, but I don't really have any drugstore lashes. I might pop on my like Koko lashes and Queen Bee, but those aren't drugstore, but they are a little bit more affordable. They're about $6, $6 or $7. I might pop those on. I'm gonna wipe off my face, wet my beauty blender, and then I'm gonna do my face on camera. So I will be doing my face on camera for y'all. Okay, you guys, so I just cleaned up underneath my eyes. I'm gonna use this L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base face primer. Why am I drawing blank? Ugh, I'm going to use this to prime my cheeks, mainly my cheeks in the center of my forehead. I usually don't prime anywhere else but like the center T-zone of my face, because that is where I get the oiliest and I have the largest pores. And this primer is like a putty consistency, so it feels like putty essentially. Okay, you guys, so for foundation, I'm going to mix two foundations. I'm going to be using the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. I haven't tried this foundation since like 2 years ago because I originally bought the shade Golden Toffee, but this shade is way too red. So yesterday I bought Golden or Spiced Almond, which is a little bit more neutral. So I'm going to mix the two so it makes my correct base. But I'm going to use majority of Spiced Almond, and this is supposed to be really full coverage. So we shall see. I'm going to mix this concoction on the back of my hand with the end of a brush, but it's looking like it should be a pretty good match. And to blend that in, I'm going to use my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. Since this is drugstore, I don't really like the sponge too much. It's decent, but it's not like my favorite. But I'm really glad that I picked up Spiced Almond because it mixes with Golden Toffee really well, and it actually makes a pretty bomb combo. And it's full coverage. This is a full coverage foundation, so I'm really excited about that. I've been wanting to try and wear this foundation because this is a lot of people's like holy grail foundation. Full coverage, nice color range. Just wish more so red or orange, but it looks good. It looks really good so far. So good. I took a Benadryl because my sleep schedule has been really rough. It hasn't been as bad as it normally is in a sense that I've been waking up at 8 o'clock every day, and usually I don't wake up until about 12-ish. So it's nice in a sense that I'm up early to be productive, but I'm going to bed at like 11, 12 o'clock, waking up at 8. It's like, ugh, and I'm still tired. And then when we sleep with the fan on, and our weather here in Illinois, I was just getting on my mom about saying Illinois. Our weather here in Illinois has been pretty rough. It was really chilly this weekend, and it's picking back up to the high 70s and 80s and almost 90s. And I am just so stuffy. My eyes are watery when I wake up. I'm sneezing all the time. My nose is dripping. Like, it's a bad concoction, and I just need it to be fall because I just took 2 Benadryls, because 1 Benadryl doesn't work for me. 2 Benadryls, my nose stops running. Like, 2 Benadryls is good for me. 1 does nothing. So now I'm like, while I'm doing my makeup, I'm so drowsy. So yeah, this foundation looks really good, you guys. It looks really nice. Like, yes. So for concealer, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo, what is this called? The Photo Focus Concealer. And I'm going to use medium tan and dark cocoa. I'm just going to put a little bit of dark cocoa underneath. Just a tiny bit. So medium tan isn't too bright. And then, yeah, now I'm going to use medium tan. The only thing I don't like about this concealer is that nothing really comes out on the wand. Like, you have to dip a lot of times to get a good amount of product, and I don't like that. But yeah, medium deep is pretty light. Forgot how light this was. I haven't re-upped on this concealer in a minute because I don't work at Walgreens anymore, so I never leave the house unless I have to like go grocery shopping. But literally, you guys, if it's not the weekend, I'm never leaving my house. I don't pay bills. I don't do anything outside of my house. I even work in my house. So now I'm going to use the same beauty sponge. But yeah, so I finally went to Walgreens last night because I figured I would be up all night again. Because I can be up until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and still wake up at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. And it's very, very irritating because I want to fall asleep and I can't fall asleep. So I'll try to read. And then once I start reading, like, sometimes I can't stop. So I had Jack take me there to pick up some melatonin so I could take some of that at night. I didn't need to take it last night because I literally was so tired. I was, like, dragging. So we picked up melatonin and I saw the makeup, of course, and I stopped over there to get makeup while he was getting melatonin, and whew, lo and behold, I picked up the concealer, and it's really nice. Forgot how much I liked it. I really like it. So it's only $3.99 too, which I was like, yeah, thank you. I'll take 2, please. So now that everything is concealed, I'm going to use the Maybelline It Fit Me Loose Powder. This is in medium deep as well. And what I'm going to do with this is actually set it with a brush because I don't feel like this powder applies very well with a sponge. Like a regular setting powder, it doesn't. It applies much better with a brush. We made homemade pizza yesterday. Yesterday is Sydney's birthday. And today, the 10th, is Adrian's birthday. So we made homemade pizzas. Adrian stayed with me all weekend, even though I had clients. He stayed with me because my brother loves to come to my house. And so we just hung out with him all weekend. We went out to Olive Garden with some of my family members on Sunday. And then he came back, or no, Saturday. And then he came back to my house and went home yesterday. We had a good weekend, and then we chilled with Sydney yesterday for her birthday. We had cupcakes, played pie face, all of that. If you don't follow me on Snapchat, my @name is right here. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, all of that. My Snapchat name is the only one that's different, which is Lonyea, but I made that when I was in high school, so don't judge me, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and bronze up the skin. I'm going to use the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette and just go ahead and warm this up. I'm using a JH02 brush to do so, just because I have these brushes right here. I'm going to take these brushes with me to Hawaii. Next Wednesday, we leave for Hawaii, and I'm so eager, but also nervous at the same time. Because the flight is super, super, super long, and I don't like airplanes. I don't like flying. I don't like pretty much feeling out of control, and that's what I feel when I'm in a plane. So I'm excited, but I'm not excited. Then I'm just gonna snatch the nose with an E39. This is a Buff and Blend brush from Sigma. You guys, have you ever seen the Cinderella movie? The Roger Hammerstein, I think it is. The one with Brandy and Whitney Houston. Side note, I'm going to use a bronze blush. And the song that just came in my head is Falling in Love with Love is falling in make-believe. Falling in love with love is playing the fool. I need to watch that movie. I love that movie. I love that movie. It's so good. It's so good. I'm going to use this Master Chrome highlighter in the shade Topaz. But that movie was the epitome of my childhood. Like, I knew all the songs. What would a girl... Oh, no. What was it? What? Why can't I think of the words? Oh, I need to watch that movie again. My grandma has the VHS, but I wonder if it's on Netflix. I'm not sure. But I am going to use the Molten Gold just to go over the top. Just give it a little pizzazz. But those, I love that movie. The actors were great. I love how they had people from ethnic groups. They had white people in there. They had everything in that cast, and it was amazing. Okay guys, so now that my lower face is done, I'm going to use that same brush in the same color. And I'm actually going to just connect it. I'm not going to go too far in. I'm going to go to like right about where my lashes start. And do it like that. And I think I'm going to use a nude eyeliner today. The Rimmel London Scandal Eyes in the shade Nude, 05 Nude. And then the last step is applying my Mario Badescu facial spray. And this is the lavender, aloe, and chamomile. Whew. Okay, so now I'm going to pop on my lashes, lower lash line. I don't know what I'm doing for lips, so I'll figure that out too. Change my shirt, and I will be right back. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to take this shade right here. This is the golden shade in this palette, and I'm going to take that and pop that into my inner waterline. I'm just going to use this brush that comes with it. So the brush that comes with it has like a not a doe foot, but like a regular applicator, and I don't really like that. So I just use this brush for inner corner, and I'm not liking that inner corner either, so I'm going to take more of my Molten Gold highlighter and pop that into the inner corner. That's gonna be my inner corner highlight. And then for lips, I'm just gonna do a nude because I couldn't decide what to wear, so I'm just gonna use my nude combo, which is Downtown Beauty, a NYX Suede lip liner with a Maybelline Vivid Hot Lacquer in the shade Unreal. That's it. Alright, you guys, what do you think? What do you think? This is the completed look. I hope this video isn't too long. I don't even know how long it is. It's probably about 20 minutes. But, nonetheless, this look is finished. We finessed it. This is all drugstore. Can you believe it? I think I might do a hair tutorial on this hair too. The flat twist down the middle to the back. I think it's pretty darn bomb. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Also subscribe. Also follow me on all my socials, which will be right up here. And don't forget to turn on your post notifications, because sometimes YouTube plays the system and doesn't notify you guys when I post. So if you have your post notifications on, at least you'll get a notification that I have uploaded a video. If you don't want to get bombarded, you can do sometimes, and if you do want to get bombarded, you can do like all notifications. So I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah. Bye.
Happy to call you mine.